Hey everybody, Dr. Fisher here. Just wanted to send out a happy Thanksgiving shout out today. As Tim and I were talking today about the stresses of the holidays, we've definitely noticed an uptick in people who are feeling the intensity of the holidays. I even have a couple of kids that I've been working with this last week who have been super triggered by the holidays for various reasons. The holidays tend to be a place where, we have a lot of joy and fun and family time and triggers and pain and sorrow and grief and sadness, right? There's all these wonderful bundled up situations around the holidays. And so one of the things that I wanted to do today was just to send a quick message on top of letting you know that I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to check in and remind you a couple of simple principles that I teach my patients all the time, which includes things like checking in. I have a reminder twice a day for my own self on my cell phone that pops up and says, hey, how you doing? How you doing in my relationship with my spouse? How am I doing in relationship with my own relationship with myself? And how am I feeling? And how am I processing? Am I stuck? Those sorts of things. And so that reminder is something I want to send to each one of you this week as you are being reminded about the holidays, whether you have somewhere to go or you don't have somewhere to go and you're triggered from that perspective. It's really important to understand that as you check in with yourself and see how you're doing, that you work on having some self-compassion. Selfcompassion.org/exercises is a great place to go. Kirsten Neff shares a lot of information and exercises about how to have self-compassion. But today what I wanted to do as well was maybe do a little tapping with you. So the emotional freedom technique is a simple tapping skill and technique that you can use that is super helpful and super effective. So what I wanted to do is just take a moment, give you a little tapping, and really, help you kind of work through some simple stuff that most people are experiencing based on my experience. And then I'll share with you some supplements that might be helpful as well. So we're just going to say a simple statement. We're going to do a little tapping just like this, right on the edge of your hand. Okay. And it's going to go something like this. Even though Thanksgiving is super stressful, I deeply and completely accept myself. And you do a little tapping. Thanksgiving, super stressful, super stressful, super stressful. And you can put like, even though Thanksgiving super stressful because my in-laws in town, or even though Thanksgiving is super stressful because my parents are now staying in my house. I'm just speaking from my own experience. I deeply and completely accept myself, right? So insert your stressor as you're tapping on the edges of your hand, the knife hand. My folks are at my house. It's stressful to have someone extra at the house. There's lots of mixed emotions. Lots of stuff from my childhood coming up. Even though I got stress from my childhood coming up, I deeply and completely accept myself. Stress from my childhood. Okay, so you can kind of run through a couple layers of that. So a couple of other things, right? As you check in with yourself, it's really important to be able to understand, especially if you have people in your space, it's really important to be able to talk about and work on your communication with boundaries. Boundaries are so essential to you keeping a healthy state of mind so you can stay well during these holidays. Right now, there's a rash of lots and lots of people being sick. Tons of people being sick. It's just going around like crazy. So to keep in the mindset of being able to stay in a healthy and balanced, healthy boundary perspective. Now, boundaries do not mean that you're shoving everyone out. It means that you have a healthy gate. You are the one who gets to decide who comes in and who comes out, and how to be respectful and how to be kind, speak in a way that's kind. There's a book on boundaries. I'll have to look it up because I don't remember the name right now, but it's a really good book. It talks about the 3 different kinds of boundaries. So understand and work with your boundaries. Understand what's okay and what's not okay this holiday season. Have a conversation with the people that you love, that you care about, that you're working with, that'll be in your space. Be respectful. Be kind. Those are really important principles we teach our small children that we often forget as adults. So work on applying those things as you come up to the holidays, because there's a good chance that you're going to be triggered in one way, shape, or form, even though the goal is to be able to have a fun, wonderful holiday together with your family. So a couple of other things that may be super helpful. Oftentimes this is a super anxious time of year, and so I carry several things in the office that are super helpful. ER 911. This is a gentle a homeopathic remedy that's a combination remedy that's super helpful. You spray it in your mouth, 10 sprays 3 times a day, and or a few times throughout the day as you need it. A field of flowers is another great one. A dropper full twice a day. Some people do better with ER911 under certain circumstances, and some people do better with field of flowers. Field of flowers is a flower essence. So both of them are really good homeopathics. That they're not going to affect any medications. They're not going to affect anything. You can give it to babies. You can give it to people on their deathbed. It's super duper gentle. Now, getting into a supplement perspective, I carry several different things that help with the anxiety component of kind of taking down the level of stress in relation to a family. GABA Ease is a really great one. Usually for patients, I usually do about 2 caps twice a day. You can do 4, 6 a day, especially like on Thanksgiving Day or whatever, if you're working with family members who usually you kind of get set off with or whatever. Anxiety Control Plus is another really great one that we have here at the office. This one is a couple of capsules a day, so this one's a little more potent. So this one's really great. It's got things like lemon balm, passion flower, GABA, a couple of nutritional components. So a couple of things that may be helpful to kind of take the edge off. And then if you're feeling a little down, holy basil is a great option. That generally helps lift mood. A couple of these a day. If you want them even more potent, you take them away from food. So, there's a lot of great opportunities for you this holiday season to process, to practice boundaries, to be more connected again. Now that we're in the post-COVID era, it's a little nerve-wracking. We haven't done this maybe for a couple of years, depending on your situation. It's really important as a human being to be able to be attached to those that you love and care about. So, practice good boundaries, practice respect and kindness and compassion, including yourself, so that you can have a great holiday season. You can be more connected, you can be uplifted, you can restore your faith in humanity, if you will, and have a great holiday season. This is Dr. Fisher signing out.